If you're looking at the AVerMedia Live Gamer Duo GC570D, because you want to capture your gameplay and your DSLR footage at the same time, you're in the right place. But here's what surprised me. This pricey capture card promises dual 1080p uncompressed video capture and zero lag pass-through. Yet it comes with some problems that casual streamers and pros alike should know about before hitting that buy button. Don't tune out yet. This review will flip what you think about the GC570D upside down and reveal if it's truly the best for your streaming setup, or if you'll end up frustrated with what you thought was a dream product. Let's start with the appeal because this card looks amazing on paper. The Live Gamer Duo boasts two HDMI inputs in one slot, which technically lets you record from two sources simultaneously: console gaming and a DSLR for that perfect cinematic face cam. That's a huge promise for streamers wanting to elevate their production value instantly. Imagine switching camera angles without the messy setup or extra USB capture cards. The zero lag pass-through also sounds like a game changer, offering a buttery smooth, live-like experience up to 4K HDR or a blistering 240 FPS Full HD display, while capturing 1080p at 60 FPS for your stream. For gamers and content creators obsessed with quality and real-time response, that's the dream setup. But, and here's the catch, some real-world use tells a different story. I dug deep into user reviews and testing across various forums and streaming setups, and a common thread emerged. While the card delivers on its specs, it has quirks that can trip you up. First, compatibility isn't as flawless as advertised. The GC570D works with popular software like OBS, Streamlabs, and XSplit relatively well. But if you rely on professional or less mainstream streaming software, you might hit roadblocks or glitches that can stall your workflow. I know how frustrating it is to finally get your stream live and then deal with software crashes or sync issues. Another issue is the performance of the onboard video processing. The card claims to handle HDR to SDR tone mapping and 4K downscale to 1080p seamlessly, all without affecting pass-through. But some users report color inconsistencies and occasional frame drops after those conversions, meaning your perfect, high-quality stream might suddenly display weird colors or choppy footage, especially if you're switching between game and camera inputs live. Not exactly the pro look this device promises to give. Now, to get technical for a second, the Live Gamer Duo is designed to handle two full HD inputs at once, which sounds like it should double your streaming capabilities. But there's a catch. Running dual inputs simultaneously demands a beast of a PC in terms of processing power and USB bandwidth. If your rig isn't up to snuff, you'll face dropped frames, system slowdowns, or worse, stuttering audio and video desyncs. So this card isn't for the casual or budget streamer looking to upgrade their setup without investing in more powerful hardware. Think of it like trying to feed a horse with a teaspoon. It's just not designed for the job. Here's a little joke for you. Why don't streamers ever get lost? Because they always keep their viewers in the loop. But the GC570D can sometimes break that loop with its inexplicable syncing issues. These syncing issues happen because the card processes two streams simultaneously and sometimes struggles to keep both perfectly aligned. You might find yourself spending more time troubleshooting sync problems than actually streaming. On the flip side, the build quality and design of the Live Gamer Duo are solid. It fits into a single PCIe slot, which is great for those who don't have much expansion room, and the installation is straightforward even for non-techies. The card's ability to handle full HD at 60 FPS uncompressed capture is impressive and technically speaks to a quality product engineering-wise. For someone looking to experiment with multi-angle streams and has a high-end streaming rig, the GC570D can indeed elevate production. Just don't expect it to be a plug-and-play miracle for every system. Something else worth noting: the onboard video processing reduces your CPU load because it offloads HDR tone mapping and downscaling tasks. This feature can be a lifesaver if you're running a crowded streaming setup with demanding games or software running simultaneously. But here's the twist. Some users report that the card's settings interface, provided by AVerMedia's Central 4 software, is clunky and counterintuitive for fine-tuning these processing options. So you might spend more hours navigating software quirks rather than focusing on your creative process. If you're wondering who exactly should consider the Live Gamer Duo, it's aimed at serious content creators and streamers who demand multi-source capture in one compact card without compromise on resolution or latency. If you're streaming on Twitch TV or YouTube and want to integrate high-quality DSLR shots seamlessly with your gameplay, this card could be worth it, provided you have the PC muscle to back it up. Casual streamers or those on a budget might find cheaper, more straightforward alternatives that require less technical troubleshooting. Let me rehook you now because you might be thinking, okay, but what about the price versus performance? At $229.99, it sits at a premium price point, but with a strong 4.4-star rating on Amazon, it has won many fans. It's like buying a fancy sports car. You get speed and looks, but you also pay premiums for maintenance. Users laud the card's crisp 1080p 60 capture quality and its versatility in handling multiple inputs as a massive plus. However, some mention the occasional driver or firmware update bugs that can cause unpredictable behavior, so staying up to date is crucial. Now, let's add some light humor. Why don't capture cards ever have trust issues? Because they always keep things streamlined. Though, on a serious note, the GC570D does try to keep things streamlined. It doesn't always hit the mark smoothly. If frequent updates and occasional troubleshooting aren't your jam, this could be a deal breaker. Still, the biggest draw remains the card's ability to enable multi-angle streaming, creating dynamic, professional-looking streams. Imagine capturing your epic gaming moments from your console, while at the same time recording your avatar-level reaction from a full-frame DSLR. The possibilities for personal branding and entertainment value skyrocket here. But remember, you'll have to put in some elbow grease to optimize settings and ensure your system can handle the load. It's almost like training a dragon. Awesome when it works, but you better know what you're doing. Did I mention the USB connectivity? The GC570D uses a PCIe X4 interface and connects to your PC via a USB 3.1 Gen 1 cable. This means cable management basically becomes a desktop puzzle, especially if you're running multiple USB devices. One too many cables and you'll feel like a DJ spinning chords rather than a streamer creating content. The upside: it frees up your PCIe slots for other important hardware, as you're only using one slot total. One important thing, I have to mention customer support. AVerMedia has a decent reputation for service, and many users praise their responsiveness when dealing with driver or hardware issues. But to be honest, some advanced troubleshooting steps might require patience and technical savvy, which not every creator has. Keep that in mind if you're not the most tech enthusiast streamer out there. And for the second joke, why do streamers never get cold? Because they sit next to their capture card heating up the room. Seriously, the GC570D runs a little warm during extended captures, so ensure your PC case has good airflow to prevent overheating. Nobody wants their stream to freeze due to thermal throttling. Wrapping this up, the AVerMedia Live Gamer Duo GC570D is a powerful dual HDMI capture card designed for creators wanting next-level streaming with multi-camera angles and zero-lag pass-through. It's a fantastic tool if you have a strong PC, are comfortable tweaking settings, and want to push your stream's production value. However, if you're looking for a simple plug-and-play option or have a mid-range machine, you might want to think twice or consider alternatives. It's a bit like buying a Swiss Army knife with 20 tools, got lots of features, but you have to know how to use them efficiently. In the end, if your goal is to create professional, high-quality streams with versatile inputs and stunning visuals, the Live Gamer Duo GC570D awaits. But be prepared for a bit of a learning curve and some troubleshooting along the way. Trust me, investing in this card can pay off if you're serious about upping your streaming game and already have the tech to support it. So, if you want the best price right now, I highly recommend checking the link in the description below. Prices can fluctuate pretty fast on Amazon, and I want to make sure you snag the best deal possible. Don't just buy into hype, equip yourself with what truly elevates your content. Good luck and happy streaming.